From the studios in South Florida, USA, it's time for This Week in League De Nutz with your host and commissioner, Matt Nuts Levine. All right, thank you so much. Welcome to This Week in League De Nutz. Get rid of that phone as we get ready for previewing Week 8. First, we will recap Week number 7 is in the book. So we are officially halfway there again. Commissioner Nuts right here to tell you that this season will go 14. Traditionally, we've gone 13 weeks. This year, we added another week. Might as well get a little bit more bang for your bucks. Speaking of bucks, money, moolah. So far, 3 payments in, we need 12. So we can pay the winner and runner-up $65.35 accordingly. So, get those payments in. Got a lot to do. Give you a little bit of the Meltzy scoreboard, where we stand halfway through the season. Look over the standings. And also explain the actual Meltzy trophy. Some ideas, some food for thought was asked by one of you franchises out there. I believe it was Skills That Kills. TP asking, what is the Meltzy? Would it fit in my closet? Or, I'm sorry, on my shelf. You might want to put it in your closet. But also asked, what was the lowest scoring total for any given week in league history? I don't know. I meant to look it up, but I gave the Statistics Bureau here at League De Nutz headquarters the day off. I'll get to it. But we've got some teams that are in the running this year for maybe that honor, historically. Have to look into that. But I've got some of the bases covered. We'll talk about the actual Meltzy trophy in just a little bit. So, it is This Week in League De Nutz as we get ready for the home stretch. A busy, busy Week 7. No doubt about that. Some of the games not as close as I would have thunk it, including Smash U. I wrote this down. Colcocked. Nuttstown Destroyers. Right in the kazoom there. 206-150. Nuttstown now 4-3. Things were looking so good after Week 5. 2 straight losses. Smash, best team in the league right now, amongst the highest scoring, 6-1. Top Luca Brazzi. Nuttstown hanging in the middle of the pack, tied for second in the Haganah. So what was the difference on Sunday? Well, you had 5 guys over 20 points on Smash, including Eckler and Waller. Those two, 38-43, respectively. Eckler, pretty much a wide receiver for San Diego for Los Angeles. Right? 7 receptions, 118 yards with a touchdown catch, a difference maker. Waller, the Raiders tight end, 7 grabs, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the loss to Green Bay. But get those 2 guys, good enough for Smash. Green Bay loses, Oakland wins, who cares? This guy gets 43 points in fantasy, and that's what mattered. Nuttstown, meanwhile, yours truly, and by the way, I am sporting. Let me get this thought on the back burner. You gotta sport the Bravaro once a year. Classic Bravaro on the back. No joke. It's a real jersey, man. It even has slots in here for the old school shoulder pads. How about that? Authentic. Best tight end in Giants history, bar none. One of my favorites in football history, if not my favorite ever, tight end. I like Kellen Winslow. Jimmy Graham, when he was with the Saints, he's on my team, so I like him. I thought he was tremendous, but no one beat Bavaro. Not even Todd Heap, who is from Baller U, my alma mater, ASU. Was great for a couple of years. Great fantasy football player. So where did I leave off? Cousins. I made the move. Now, interestingly enough, Eckler, great draft pick. Had to look it up for Smash in the 8th round. Who was my 8th round pick? I should have taken Eckler because I took Melvin Gordon, but Schmucky Nutztown goes with Baker Mayfield. Really hasn't done jack, but I have replaced him nicely with Cousins. The 2 games I replaced him in, Cousins has over 40 points. Last week, 337 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions in the win against the Detroit Lions, but it didn't do me any good. I mean, I found a quarterback, but I found a W. So hats off to Smash. Good win for him. AB's painted over Ozone. 130-87. Ozone was off to the perfect start. 3-0? Slipped of late. Now 4-3. I think his second straight loss. Still first in his division. Roper. No, I'm sorry, in Shoreham Drive East. AB's gets the win. They've had a lot of hard luck losses. 2-5. How'd they do it? Well, they did it with a Texan, a Chief, and a Titan. A Texan, a Chief, and a Titan walk into a bar. Okay. They led the way. Watson, 22. Tyreek Hill, 21. And Corey Davis finally comes through. 6 catches, 80 yards for a touchdown. So way to go there, AB's painted helmet. By the way, who we got tonight? Talked about Cousins, right? Got the Redskins against the Vikings. By 9:42, you'll be flipping around to something else. Bachelor in Paradise, Jersey Shore. By the way, the Jersey Shore could go on forever until they're senior citizens. I think it will. Our third matchup of the week, it was Dingstown over Polk. 121-100. Polk struggling. 3-4, but they're still atop their division. They're in Furley Roper. Second in Shoreham Drive East for Dings with the win, 3-4. Goff showed up in the win against Atlanta. 28 points, 22 of 27, 262 with 2 touchdowns, no INTs. Big victory there. Julio came through, as did John Brown. Julio 15, Brown 19. So you get some solid play from a couple weapons. Meanwhile, for Polk High School, talked about this last week, this was going through his mind Sunday. He's going, Murray, Dak, Murray, Dak, Murray, Dak. You get it. In the end, it was Murray, 6 points. Should have gone with Dak. Would it have mattered? Yes. 22 points. Carry-on Johnson, Mixon, combined. Enough of Kyler Murray. Those 2 guys, we talked about them. I talked about them throughout the season. They've been disappointing. No real options, though, for Polk. Finds himself with those 2 running backs, and they combo for 9 points. Ouch. Meanwhile, Mike Thomas, 34 points for the Bridgewater-led Saints. That ain't lasted long. He's done great, though, hasn't he? So I guess it was this kind of day for Polk High School. And he had that kind of look. Yep. Al knows the deal. All right, Polk, you got to rebound and go back to the drawing board. Pop, drop, and lock it. Finally, defending champion. Looks like one. First win of the season, 1-6. Topples, no friggin' luck. They've lost 3 straight, 182-84. Jimmy G, 6 points. Evan Ingram, 1 point for no friggin' luck. Matt Breida, 4 points. That ain't going to get it done. Derrick Henry, the high man, was 17. Enough said. Meanwhile, for Pop Drop and Lockett, PDL over NFL, if you're keeping score of acronyms at home. Valdez Scanling, nice. One of Aaron's guys, Sunday. 30 points. How about Chase Edmonds from the Cardinals? Look like friggin' Walter Payton and Barry Sanders. Wicked awesome if you're from Boston. 3 touchdowns, like 127 yards, 26 yards, 27 carries against the Giants. Zeke Elliott up to his old tricks, signs on the dotted line for lots of shekels, gets lots of points for Dallas. 31 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. So I guess it's a good time to tell you about the Meltzies, since our friend here, no friggin' luck, is leading. Well, he's tied in the race for the Meltzy. As you see, he's won back-to-back in 6 and 7 with 84 and 90 points, tied with Dingstown 2 apiece this season. How about week 4? Pop Drop and Lockett, Polkai, the old 104 tie. Split the Meltzy. Now, I told you before, there's never, well, I told you, TP asked of skills that kills, what is the Meltzy? Would it fit on my shelf? Who has scored the lowest points ever? That one I don't have the answer for. I told you about that. But there are some trophies out there to consider. Let's take a look. Anything duty related in a trophy where you can put a loser, last name, year. Not too bad. That's duty trophy number 1. Yes, I said duty. Okay. This is a skunk trophy. Harmless. All right. All these will fit on any average shelf, trinket size. You got this one here, the golden douchebag. All right. Then you get another duty one. Not quite in the Lincoln Log style, more like the Peppermint Patty style. Those are some trophies. Now I figure if all else fails, there you go. You can just get a can of Spam for the champion and call it a day. We'll figure it out, won't we? So that's your Meltzy update. Okay, back to the scoreboard we go. Keldar, the hottest team next to Smash, who's won 5 straight. Keldar's won 4 straight. 178, 137, they throttled Loopy's. Keldar basically told Loopy what Morton Downey used to say. Hey, loudmouth, what do you say? Zip it, loudmouth. Cigarette dangling from his mouth. Keldar, that's what he did. Zip it, loudmouth gets the big victory. How about Keldar? How'd he get it done? Well, this dude, Latavius Murray, 27 carries, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns, 36 points, filling in for Kamara. No problemo. You know, Murray has been a great running back. Oakland, Minnesota, New Orleans, flies under the radar. Great pickup by the Saints. Great pickup there by Keldar. Fournette, 21 points. White chips in with 12. So all your running backs doing damage. The 3 running backs, Michelle, Drake, Gurley, for Loopy combined for 42 points. Not going to get you a dub on Sunday. So Loopy, you go back to the drawing board. Keldar, stay away from the drawing board. Just keep doing what you are doing with the victory. Meanwhile, one of the other hot teams, 3 in a row for the Yonkers Shotgunners, who had the nerve about a week ago to start Case Keenum over Aaron Rodgers. Hail Rodgers. That is a backyard with a mural in Green Bay near Lambeau Field. Pretty cool. So Yonkers finally gets it into gear, gets with the program, starts Aaron Rodgers. What happens? 25-31, 429 yards, 5 touchdowns. More than the double discount on Sunday, right? More than the quadruple discount with the 5 touchdowns. What is that? Okay. That's a new noise. I don't know where that one came from. Anyway, we can get back on camera just to let you know I'm here. An interesting beep. Look for that after the show. Don't smell smoke. I think we're all right. Anyway, Aaron Rodgers goes crazy against the Raiders. Matt Ryan, not so crazy for skills that kills against the Raiders. 3 points. Difference there, you win by 60. Your quarterback gets you 58. Enough said. 4-3 for Yonkers. Second place with yours truly in the Haganah. Skills that kills. Looking good, hanging in the Luca Brasi. With the 5 wins for second place. So there you have it. As we take a look at these standings, get ready to give you some picks for Week 8. So the Haganah right there, you see Keldar in Fuego, 7 points. The 1-game lead over Yonkers and yours truly. Shoreham Drive East, out there in Long Island. You get Ozone hanging in there, the rookie. Game up on Dingstown, Pop Drop and Lockett, way back there. Gonna need a miracle run at 5 back in 3rd place. Never know. Lots of time left. 7 weeks. Halfway point again. Then Furley Roper. Told you my thoughts on the Furley and the Roper conversation about 5 weeks ago. Give it to Roper any day of the week. You've got your race going with Polkai hanging in there at 3-4. The Haganah is the division that's always won with a sub 500. They're about 500 team, and it looks like Furley Roper may become that division this year. So 3-4 good enough with a first place lead over the other two battling it out, still in it. 2-5 with ABs and no friggin' luck. Then finally, Luca Brasi. As you get Smash, that big 5-game win streak, 6-1, skills that kills I mentioned a moment ago, 5-2. And Loopy's Legends 3-4, 3 back swimming with the fishes in Luca Brasi. Okay, so those are the standings. Let's go through quickly. I'll give you picks for Week 8 as we get ready to go into the second half of the season. It's really kind of scary. All right, let me see what I got up here. Now, the computer is running slow. I didn't make my notes. I usually make my notes and my picks, but I got the ESPN up right now, and now it's running faster, which is good. But ESPN was running real slow right about when I got online tonight, so I don't know if you guys experienced that. Anyway, first matchup, Nutztown will take on Loopies. Loopy Loop is a 35.5 point favorite in this one. You know, I got Barkley back last week. He had 15 points. Cousins, I mentioned, has been tremendous. Keenan Allen, a little bit of a disappointment last week. But I've got receivers. Some of them hurt, like Sterling Shepard. Some I'm waiting for, like Deshaun Jackson. Jimmy Graham, I talked about. I can always rely on him. Loopy, plenty of receivers. Did without Godwin last week. Got a nice player in DeAndre Hopkins. We both desperately need this win. 4-3, 3-4. Loopy's favored by 35. I'm never going to pick myself to lose, but I think it would be a close one. I've said that, 7 weeks in a row now? But anyway, I'm going to win by 1 over Loopy. Sorry. What are you going to do? Keldar on that streak. Good matchup here. 5-2 versus 5-2. Kelds You don't mind if I call you Kelds, do you? 4-point favorite. The alien with those running backs, right? He had Chubb out last week, but again, Murray did the job. You got Fournette, who's always done the job. Lamar Jackson, Jameis Winston. It's like the Dak Murray, Winston Jackson. Kelder's got a lot of talent. He's deep. Skills That Kills has a lot of quarterbacks. They really do. In fact, I checked to see before. I was curious to see who won the Matt Moore Bowl or Matt Moore sweepstakes. And it was Skills That Kills. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, man, that dude's got a lot of quarterbacks. He really does. He's got 8 of them. No, I'm just kidding. He's got 4 of them with Matt Ryan, Brady, Daniel Jones, and now Matt Moore. So he likes quarterbacks. We'll see how that factors into things this week for Keldar and Skills That Kills. It will definitely be a high-scoring game. Keldar's hot. Skills That Kills has been consistent. Whew, tough one. Wow. I think I've said this 3 times now this season, and they haven't come true. It's like hitting, saying dollar yo on a craps table and winning, right? How often does it happen? It's fun to scream it, though. So with that said, it goes to the benches. We go to the old tiebreaker. I'm going to go with Skills That Kills because I need the win in Haganah. Sorry, alien. Anyway, Smash and Shotgunners. 9 points is the line right here. Smash the favorite. Smash the underdog against Yonkers. Rodgers. You got Cook. You got McCaffrey. You got a lot of talent over there. I told you about Waller. You got talent up the wazoo with Smash U. Feel another close one in this one. You know, when you're this hot, you're going to cool down. I think Yonkers gets the win. I think Smash covers. Dingstown, no friggin' luck. We got the 2017 champ who knocked off yours truly. And I sleep and wake with that heartache and heartbreak every single day of my friggin' life since. Just kidding. Maybe I'm not. Anyway, this one, 23-point favorite for Dingstown. No friggin' luck has really had no friggin' luck. But I think he'll get some luck this week. Why not? He's due. Gets the win, covers the 23. Polk, Ozone. Graduates. Baller U. Sun Devil matchup. Doesn't mean anything this weekend. Polk, 23-point favorite. Polk. What are we going to do with you? You got this quarterback quandary. You've got running backs who haven't delivered. You got Kittle. Gave you 6 points last week in the loss. You got Ozone, who, if he gets Kamara back, he's even looking, even looking like an underdog that could make a run. I always like Lindsey. Got Rivers, just to name a few guys over there. He's got the other Chiefs. The wide receivers. Polk does, right? With Hardman. It's a tough one, too. What are you going to do? 23 points. That's a big spread. I think Ozone comes up with the win. I think he covers and comes up with the win. Pop, drop, lock it. AB's painted helmet. AB's big win last week. Helmet's off to you. 35-point favorite over Pop, Drop, and Lockett, who finally gets back on track. Pop, Drop, and Lockett really hasn't put it all together until last week. Can they do it again? Edelman, Lockett, Wentz. AB's. Carson's a guy who's I've been waiting to see explode. Watson's just great week in and week out. Big line there, 35. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think pop, drop, and lock it does not go quietly. Defending champ is going to start making a little bit of noise. How about that? They're going to cover, and they're going to win. So that's your picks. I had to think about those. In week number 8. Hard to believe it's here. You know what I'm going to do with all the Meltzy trophies? I just thought of it. I'll put a poll up. We haven't had a poll up on the ESPN site. By the way, I want to give Keldar credit. He did give his state of the Keldar address, partial state of the Keldar address. He did write something up, I know, a week before last. I've been meaning to answer that or talk about that here. Good job. We're going to wait for the rest of it because he said he's going to do it 2 parts. So hopefully, what is that? I don't know what that is. Hopefully, Keldar will deliver with some more printed material for your reading pleasure. And I've invited you guys on as guests. The only one who wants to come through is Yonkers. I want to see someone else come through as a guest if you're not too shy. I'll go easy on you, but we'd like to get another member of League De Nutz on as a guest on this week in League De Nutz. Anyway, I'm going to go. Enjoy the game tonight. Like I said, by 10 o'clock, you'll probably be flipping around to something else. Who knows? The primetime games have been a disaster, including the Jets and the Seeing Ghost on Monday night against the Patriots. Anyway, good luck in Week 8. We'll see what happens as we get ready officially now. Right now, we hit the home stretch. So lock in, get your lineups out there, be extra diligent, and get ready for the home stretch, and we'll see which one of us lucky 6 makes it into the second season in League De Nutz. Till then, I'm Commissioner Nutz saying adios. I'll catch you next week on This Week in League De Nutz.